Hello and welcome to everyone. Vladimir, the Bulgarian Cowboy, Vlad is speaking, and I have to tell you that I came to an idea of breaking this event down as. Nemoj mi laziš.
Kada snimamo?
A?
Kada snimamo?
Može pustiš ako hoćeš.
Ide telefon.
Ček sekund. And I have to say that this is looking like a great upcoming event. I'm especially happy because Wilson Hayes will be fighting on this upcoming fight card, and I'm gonna break down event by event, fight by fight. Elijah Harris is gonna meet Chuck Campbell. Elijah, Mr. Samoa Harris, 200, 6'2", 78 inches of reach, out of San Diego, California. He choked out Nick Pendola, outworked Thomas Ferguson, extremely wonderful ground fighter and submission specialist. Gonna meet Chuck Campbell, 6'4", 78.5 inches of reach, which means we ain't gonna see significant reach advantage on the other side. Chuck Campbell was better than Joseph Ramirez and Bruno Casillas and lost to a very close split decision to Tyree Fortune, so it's very hard to submit this guy, and if he keeps the fight standing, he's gonna have all the chances of this world to win the fight. So yeah, let me see. First pick, Elijah Harris versus Chuck Campbell. Not going the distance. That is first pick, Campbell to win, if I must lean inside. I just think it's very hard to finish this guy, so that's one of the reasons why I'm gonna choose against. So next one, Albert Lee versus James Lynch. Oh, the guy has the same name like James Lynch. Albert Saxiana Lee, 5'9", out of Cerritos, California. Brazilian top team. Well, the guy is a submission boy. Excellent submission expert. And now James Lynch, Jamie Lynch, 320. Same like our famous journalist or reporter. He was better than Joshua Nakagawa and lost to Richie Miranda via submission. And from what I've seen, it seems James Lynch is having a hard time defending submissions, but he is overall a good fighter. I mean, he can take a beating, but it's not a demolition magician expert. And Jamie against Albert Lee shouldn't be having much of a chances. Also, the fight advances into later rounds. From what I've seen, Jamie is slowing down. So sorry, James. I know you have the same name like my favorite journalist, but I have to pick against you. Not in personal, man. Not in personal. Albert Lee to win next. Odds haven't been released yet, just to know. So that's why I'm not posting odds. They haven't been released yet. You can check the event on Topology, and we will see how everything gonna play out. Now, Joshua Nakagawa is going to meet Devin Goodale. Joshua Nakagawa, 5'10", fighting out of Chula Vista, California. He lost to James Lynch via decision. He was better than Chris Cross and Kendrick Harris. Now gonna meet Devin Goodale. Devin Goodale, 6'0". He is also out of San Diego Alliance, MMA fighter. He holds notable victories over Edson Gomez and Danny Garcia. I think he's more well-rounded than Joshua Nakagawa. This is my first impression. Also, that victory against Hector Saldana was a close one. I mean, decision win, close one, but you can say to some point that he dominated heading into that battle. So that no contest against Ketak Pile, well, that was a nasty injury, man. That was a nasty injury for Devin Goodell. I hope the guy is feeling okay right now. Just hope the guy is feeling okay. Joshua Nakagawa, according to me, should be the underdog in this matchup, but again, we'll see. Devin Goodell, well, I hope Devin Goodell has recovered, and I hope everything is okay with the guys. So that was a very much of a stressful experience. I'm going to go with Goodell. Next pick, Devin Goodell to win. That's going to be my next pick. Now, heading into the next matchup is the clash between Sauceland Margiere and Blake Cooper. The problem is I don't know, you know how's the situation in the world, so I don't know whether Margiere is gonna fight, but he should meet Blake Cooper. 401 is his amateur MMA record, 6'1" fighter. In amateur score, amateur circuit, he had one draw, and then he defeated 4 fighters in a row via great ground game. So Margiere is a wonderful, wonderful ground fighter. Blake Cooper, on the other side, destroyed all his opponents except of Zarek Jackson, whom he outworked via decision. So I do think these two guys are pretty much, can't say evenly matched. I see Margiere as a better fighter on the ground, but man, Cooper offers some excellent hillbilly striking abilities. So he will be very dangerous within the first round. So hello, Andre. I'm gonna say Blake Cooper stoppage round 1, or it's gonna be Sauceland Margiere via decision. So these are two expectations. How are you doing, Andre? These are going to be my two expectations for this upcoming Cage Warriors battle. And the next event, or the next fight, is between Enrique Mateu and Aymar Hernandez. So yeah, I'm also analyzing prelims and postlims. This is why I pretty much enjoy this promotion. You have both prelims and postlims, which is something that is really entertaining when you head into the world of Cage Warriors. So the next one, Enrique Mateu, Hulk Hens. This guy, flyweight fighter, 5'3", the arena MMA fighter. He outworked Judge Shell, then lost to Cody Davis. Gonna meet Aymar Hernandez, 100, his professional score. He was better than Alex Robert, but at LFA he lost to Abubakar Adamu via decision. From what I've seen, this guy can showcase some really, really good skills, but Hulk Hands, he's not a knockout artist, which makes me believe this fight could go into round 3. So, let me say, Hernandez fight starts round 3. That is my pick. If I must pick a side, Hernandez, but not confident. Just I'm right in everything, so you can rewatch later. You can. All I'm asking is respect. I mean, I need nothing aside of respect, and of course, if you give me donations, that's all up to you. But I'm only asking for respect, and that's all I will be looking for from my fans. So that's what I'm trying to say. Also, trolls, you know how I behave with trolls, just blocking. And then Ethan Ewing is going to meet Roberto Hernandez. Ethan Ewing, 010, 5'8", fighter out of Anaheim Hills, California. He was outworked by Edwin Cooper Jr. at LFA 94. But in amateur circuit, he was having a lot of victories, you know, great submissions, great ground and pound. But Edwin Cooper Jr. didn't let him drag the fight to the ground too much. And now he's going to meet Roberto Hernandez, also 5'8". Joe Stevenson's Cobra Kai. Oh, when Joe Stevenson is your coach, you know, this guy has to be good on the ground. I remember Joe Stevenson from the early days of UFC. He was extremely, extremely good fighter on the ground. He was totally trying to drag it down. So Roberto Hernandez should be able to defend those strikes. His one and only loss came to Jesse Strader via punch, and Jesse Strader knocked him out cold, but Rick James, Jordan Anderson, they were unable to outwork him. Ethan Ewing will try to drag this fight to the ground, but it's not going to go easy against Roberto Hernandez. So, especially when you're trained by Joe Stevenson, I'm going to say Hernandez to win next fight. So, I'm gonna go now with, okay, just to write something in the description. then transition to the main card. Fine. All right, I updated the description. So the next one that's gonna be highly anticipated and expected is a clash between Kelly Kanako and Justin Berry. Kelly Kanako is not having the greatest score. Professional MMA record 2-3-0. Welterweight fighter, 6'0", fighting out of Hawaii. He lost to Ben Wilhelm, Joey Falterzak, Zach Zane. Zach Zane choked him out via triangle choke, but defeated Chuck Emerson and Manny Flores. And it seems this guy showed some lack of ground skills, especially at Bellator fight against Ben Wilhelm, and also he was having a hard time in LFA fight against Joey Falterzak. We've seen the problems. We've seen the problems in ground game. We've seen the problems in scrambles, transitions. Now Justin Berry is 6'3", very much taller fighter than Kelly Kanako, 3 inches of reach. So for welterweight fight, this is a massive advantage. This guy is very dangerous with his crescent kick. Interestingly, this guy has 2 knockouts with a crescent kick, which is something we very rarely see. We very rarely see in the world of MMA. I mean, crescent kick is not that powerful strike. It's not that popular, and I have to say this guy is a master of point fighting. I wasn't expecting that crescent kick would make such amount of damage, but when I've seen his knockout against Alan Benson, I was thinking it was a coincidence, but his front leg is extremely dangerous. He also did it to Leonardo Rodarte at FCOC 69, so Justin Berry offers better kicks and better stand-up skills. I mean, Kelly Kanako is a heck of a striker, but against Justin Berry, I just think Berry is too fast for him. So let me see. Kanako versus Berry. Not going the distance. Or Berry to win. That is going to be my following prediction, or Berry to win. Yeah, I do like Berry to win. Again, looking forward to the upcoming matchups. The next fight that I'm gonna break down is Jose Mouriscal versus Luke Falterzak. Jose Chepe Mouriscal, 10'6", 5'7". He trains at Elevation Fight Team, and originally he is a grappler, but this guy changed his fighting style a lot throughout the years. And he lost to Joe Anderson Brito, Steve Garcia, and Sean Soriano, which are extremely big names at LFA. He was having losses at LFA. His last win happened against Youssef Zalal, but it's never easy to defeat. He's got victories over UFC calibers. Pat Sabatini, Youssef Zalal. Pat Sabatini was not able to submit this guy, so he can only lose via stoppage. He's extremely skillful. I mean, in other aspects of the game, he was losing to Gregor Gillespie, Bryce Mitchell. Carl Deaton 3-fight ended no contest, and you know that Carl Deaton is in big promotions now, so it would be very wrong to sign this guy off. He's extremely tough fighter. The land shark, Luke Falterzak, 5'9", fighting out of Alliance MMA, excellent wrestler. He lost to Elijah Jones via decision, but prior to that, he was defeating some good guys. For example, DeMarcus Brown via ninja choke. This guy knows to fight on the ground, and also Nick Poo up-kick victory was brutal, but he wasn't dealing that kind of dangerous fighters like Jose Mouriscal, so I'm gonna go with Mouriscal's experience. So Jose Mouriscal to win. I'm also writing all picks, so Jose Mouriscal to win. I'm gonna lean towards his. I'm gonna lean towards his experience, and I'm gonna give edge to Jose Mouriscal's experience in this matchup. But again, sometimes experience isn't enough. But I don't know how Falterzak could win unless it's a KO. So then Sidemar Honorio. Oh, I remember this name very well. Sidemar Honorio. 13-7-0, 5'5", 41 years of age, 69 inches of reach, fighting out of Daddy's Mixed Martial Arts Academy. He lost to Umar Nurmagomedov via decision, fought at Bellator against Ludwig Sholinian, and outworked Ludwig Sholinian Interestingly, that guy's an MMA potential. Fought at CFFC, defeated Matt Lozano, Darren Mima, Lincoln Dessa, lost to Jimmy Rivera, WSOF, Alexis Vida. He lost to Aljamain Sterling. I mean, the guy was fighting extremely good competition. Now going to meet Joseph Morales, 10-0, flyweight fighter, 5'6", 68 inches of reach. On the other side, Honorio is 5'5", 69 inches of reach. Not much of a significant reach difference between these two guys. Morales lost to Davison Figueiredo at UFC and lost to Eric Shelton via close split decision, but the guy defeated Roberto Sanchez via rear naked choke. Sean Shorty Roxantella, he stopped him via KO, TKO. Gotta say, I had interviews with Sean Shorty Roxantella, great guy, just a great guy, but Morales seems to be a submission specialist against Sidemar Honorio. I think Honorio is just too tough, man. When he fought to a decision against Jimmy Rivera, Alexis Vida, Umar Nurmagomedov, Umar Nurmagomedov is destroying everybody, and he was unable to finish him. It's hard to believe that Morales will be able to finish him. Only lost to Sidemar Honorio, lost to Sean Shorty Roxantella, lost to Aljamain Sterling, but it seems he's having a hard time with the good ground game. Fighters Joseph Morales on the other side stopped Shorty Roxantella, so maybe Santella wasn't having a good day in the office. He also fought Davison Figueiredo. Let me see. Honorio versus Morales. Fight starts round 3. That's gonna be my pick. If I must pick a side, then Honorio. I'm going with experience. So yeah, if I must pick a side, I'm gonna go with experience. But it's kinda risky to pick a side in those fights. Then we've got Ryan Fillingham versus Damon Wilson. Ryan the Prince Fillingham, 6'4", 5'9". This fighter is fighting out of Victorville, California, Team Diamond Martial Arts. The guy competed at LFA as well as you remember, but he didn't go well for him as he was outruned by Javier Garcia. His loss also came to Billy Carantillo, but the guy outruned Zach Usuala. He's a pretty much tough fighter, but against Fernando Padilla, the guy got caught. The guy got caught against Fernando Padilla, and unfortunately didn't go well for him. But now gonna meet Damon Wilson, 3'0", 5'9". Ryan Fillingham, from what am I seeing, not gonna have significant advantage over Damon Wilson. Damon Wilson, Cage Warriors, stopped John Butner, stopped Teodoro Matsuka, and was better than Pancho Toyer. But he's a knockout artist. Ryan Fillingham, on the other side, he got caught by Fernando Padilla, and he lost to Billy Carantillo. So there is a chance that Wilson gonna win via KO. So, hey guys, big ratings. It is the first Fury versus White press conference in 1 hour. Awesome. What is your thoughts of Barboza Mitchell? Mitchell, if I must pick a side, Mitchell. So to say for this one, yeah, but for now I will pick Mitchell. For this fight, I say Wilson stoppage or Fillingham decision for this fight. But if I must pick a side, Wilson. That's gonna be my prediction. Now the next one. Well, I'm looking forward to this fight, guys. Very much looking forward to this fight. Jeremiah Labiano gonna meet the former UFC title contender Wilson Hayes. Wilson Hayes, 24-12, 5'4", 65 inches of reach, fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. And this guy, well, this guy lost to Taylor Lepilus and lost to Donny Matos. He's riding on a 2-fight losing streak. Prior to that, he defeated Carlos Briseño, and he was better than Adam Azin. Lost Alejandro Pantoja, John Moraga, Henry Cejudo, Demetrius Johnson. These are all at elite level, big names. Outworked Ben Nayan, Luka Sasaki, Hector Sandoval. That loss to Donny Matos was surprising, since Hayes is vulnerable to punches. Jeremiah the Kid Labiano, 5'10", 70 inches of reach. Man, if this fight... Fuck it, man. If this is fight at featherweight, then it's not good for Wilson. He's not a featherweight boy. This guy defeated Tim Doing, Jeremiah Labiano, lost to Boy Macamo, James Gallagher, but it seems he's having a hard time with grapplers. Also lost to Noad Lahat. I don't know. This is a tough fight to pick side. The problem with this is, lost to Trevin Jones, lost to Noad Lahat, but I don't see that this guy was stopped. Oof, I don't like this. This guy has never been stopped or never been submitted. He has good grappling experience, and Wilson Hayes is a heck of a grappler and good puncher. Oh, fuck, I have to pick against my favorite fighter. Fuck it, man. It kind of sucks. Let me see. Jeremiah Labiano to win. Sorry, Jeremiah Labiano to win. Have to pick against Wilson. Jack Short, Timur Valiev. Picking Short to win. Dillian is not turning up disappointing. Press conferences for the fans. We are paying most of Dillian's purse, and he has no problem taking our pay-per-view money. Should turn up to press conference. Well, from what I've seen, that press conference is just to, to hype the match up, and that's, Unfortunately, I have to pick Jeremiah Labiano to win. That's, I'm a big fan of Wilson Hayes. He was my guest on 3 occasions, but picking against a guy you love, it's nerve-wracking, but sometimes these are things you have to do. Jack Shore is a huge underdog. I don't understand why the line is like that. Yes, I don't understand it either. Timur Valiev offers brutal wrestling, but let's be honest. I mean, Jack Shore could submit him. Jack Shore's submission game is very, very excellent, and that's something I really don't understand, because the line, it should be a pick and fight. Valiev is a top-notch wrestler, which is okay. Shore is a top-notch BJJ guy, which is also okay. So it should be a pick and fight. You can call it that way, yeah. I do agree. You can call it that way, absolutely, Amar. I do agree with that, and I have a feeling this is, yes, he can, and he is a good wrestler. He is more of a grappler, but he knows to counter wrestle. He knows to put the hand in the proper spot, and I don't understand why the line is like that. There is a good chance the fight goes the distance, but if I must pick a side, I would risk with Jack Shore because he is a super massive underdog. The next fight, Joshua Jones versus Kyle Driscoll. Joshua Jones, 11-5-0, 5'8", 66.5 inches of reach, BJJ fighter, and Joshua Jones was able to defeat Johnny Cisneros, Brandon Bender. He was better than Dominic Clark, lost to Darren Smith Jr., offers a lot of Bellator experience, lost to the Jacob Rosales, and Victor Nekreng, DeMarcus Brown. Got to say, also at Combate, he showed great grappling skills. On the other side, Kyle Driscoll, 5'11", 72 inches of reach for Kyle Driscoll. Driscoll is going to have massive 5.5 inches of reach advantage, and he is American Kickboxing Academy fighter. And American Kickboxing Academy is a great school. The guy also outworked Denis Paiva, but didn't get the UFC contract now. He was also better than Ray Trujillo. He was better than some other guys at LFA. He defeated Ken Coulter, but Joshua Jones offers a greater level of experience, and I do believe his BJJ should be enough to defeat Kyle Driscoll. Kyle Driscoll never been finished, but has he ever fought a really, really good BJJ guy? Well, I doubt. Only finished once by Logan Cunningham. Think I'm going to go with Jones. Joshua Jones to win. My last pick. Okay, let us chat. He can wrestle too. Exactly, agreed. Yes, Amar. Do you think Islam will take the fight versus RDA next week? Yeah, why shouldn't he take it? I mean, he's gonna get additional purse that could be good for him. Why should he reject it? I think yes. Jack very underrated, true. Hello, Jamie. How's everything going? Okay, just 1 second. Okay. Hey, James. How are you doing? Just don't forget to tune in 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm discussing UFC picks. So just don't forget to tune in. So go ahead. Yeah, doing good. I'm also doing good. I'm also doing better. I can stay for 10 more minutes. So please proceed with questions. We can chit chat. I have 10 more minutes. So I can stay a bit more right now. Yeah, I'm home, resting, doing a great job. Pretty much pleased by how everything goes. Don't forget to vote. I left you poll to vote. You can vote. I put you community section. I put you some ability to vote. So, who is your most promising UFC underdog this weekend? For now, Alexichuk is leading. Okay. Most promising pick, Covington is leading over Nurmagomedov. Odd. That's something I didn't expect, but okay. I mean, it's all about fans, right? How is value of the favorite over Shore? Don't understand that. I'm telling you, I would risk with Shore. I would risk with Shore, and I'm not joking. I would risk with Shore because Shore is such a heavy underdog. I don't know why is he such a heavy favorite. That's something I also don't understand. I wonder the same. I don't know. Maybe somebody didn't make those bets properly. I don't know why is he such a heavy favorite. Something makes no sense here, right? Absolutely, something makes no sense. I've seen that he is a favorite, but if somebody could explain how, that I know, man. So what to see that Jack Shore is so underrated? Exactly, I don't understand either. Didn't Timur get KO'd? I don't remember. Did he? I don't remember. Did he? I remember that he took part in close matches, but I don't know whether he got knocked out. I think he did, but I'm not sure. Eddie said yesterday he expects Usyk to enter training camp in next few weeks. I really hope they aren't thinking of suing Usyk for not honoring rematch clause because of the war. I hope they are not going to sue him, and I mean he has good reasons if he can't fight. It would be cheap way to get belts of Usyk. Oh yeah, very cheap way. It was overturned. Yes, there is one no contest that was overturned. Yes, there is one no contest that was overturned. Yeah. Yeah, I think. Hold on, I'm gonna see. I think he got KO'd once, but it was an overturned contest. Hold on. I think he got KO once and then it was overturned just to see Trevin Jones. Yeah, that Trevin Jones fight. Yes, I remember now. I remember his UFC debut. I know it ended no contest. It was some suspicious stoppage. It was catchweight bout suspicious stoppage, yes. And also he won Raoni Barcelos. It was Trevin Jones. Yes, I remember now. Thank you for reminding me. I know it was some suspicious decision and everybody were arguing that it should have never been overturned. Trevin Jones, yeah, with the retreat hook, with the chuck hook moving to the side when Timur Valiev was trying to shoot in. I remember that now. But I know it was some suspicious decision that many people were arguing that it was fair or unfair and... But honestly, I don't understand why people are so hyped on Valiev in that match. It I mean, let's be honest. Jack Shore is not wrestling dummy. I mean, people behave like Jack Shore is a wrestling dummy. Okay, the guy has BJJ skills, but he knows to wrestle too. I mean, let's be honest. The guy knows to wrestle. It's not like he's been thrown to the wolf. I mean, he's not thrown to the wolf in this matchup, but people behave like he's been thrown to the wolf. And is there good value betting on Javid to beat Trevin? Let me see. I don't know how much is the odds. Sorry, man, minus 145. Sorry, man. Not the greatest odd. Mine will move for sure. Yeah, there are some good picks on that card. I'm I mean, this line is not accurate. How can Shore be plus 154? It's, I don't know, maybe I'm insane, but how can he be plus 154? Does it make sense to you? To me, it's insanity. I mean, it's insanity, let's be honest. This is insanity. Total insanity. I'm sure the line will change. So yeah, if you want to risk with Shore, better risk earlier. Because to me, this is a pick and fight. And yeah, Jamie, you are right. It was a draw. He didn't beat Barcelos. I only picked Valio for that fight because of value. I only picked him because of value and the fight going the distance. But he didn't pick. He didn't beat him. That Shore fight. Sorry, Shore. That Barcelos fight. I picked Valio because he was underdog. But I knew the fight was going to go the distance. But yeah, it was very much of a clear draw. Because people automatically assume Valiev is world class because he's from Dagestan, just how it is. You are right, but I heavily disagree with that because, you know, you have fighters who parry Dagestani fighters very well. For example, you remember Benson Henderson in Bellator who parried this guy, who parried Islam Ahmedov when he was trying to go with that hand and to improve position. Bendo was trying to, to block that hand. So I'm just telling, I'm going to MMA dojo right now. I'm learning to wrestle, and I know there are some guys who block wrestling really well. I'm going to tell you something with Jack Shore. If you catch him into the Dagestani single leg, you fucked yourself up, believe me. Because that guy knows to defend it. He will let you drag him to the ground, go for a sweep or transition. He will block your other hand, and people don't know that. I'm just telling, as a guy who learns now, who is visiting. Yes, Henderson was also a massive underdog. Yeah, true. I picked that fight to go the distance for a reason. Also, I'm trying to tell you, if you try to go with that Dagestani style against Jack Shore, you're going to have a hard time holding him down below. He's so technical, he barely makes mistakes. True. And also, if you try to go for a sweep against Jack Shore, his hips instantly explode and go up. Now, I'm advising you to rewatch Jack Shore's last fight. I think it was against Sholinian. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it against Ludwig Sholinian? Hold on, he won via decision. Let's see. 1 second, please. To see that last fight, I think he won via decision. Yes, it was against Ludwig Sholinian. Against Hunter Azur, too. Just look at the way this guy was scrambling up. Just look at how he scrambles up. As soon as you try to change position, his hips instantly go up. Also, when you try to go to the mount, his hips go up, prevent. When he tries to switch from half guard, his opponent, he instantly reverses him into full guard and goes for butterflies or eventually goes for triangles or eventually going for triangles or locking the arm bar in the style of Wellington Turman. So I'm just talking facts. I mean, you can check it. Check his last 2 matches. So I think the line is insane. That's what am I talking about. Fans are weird. They assume all Dagestani fighters are champ level, so they think they will run everybody hands. They're always favorites. Listen, Dagestani wrestling is not unbeatable. It's hard to beat them, but it's not unbeatable. Only Khabib, Islam, and Umar are really high level. The other guys aren't that level. That's true. That's true. They are really, really big level. But I'm telling you, if you have good fighters, if you have somebody with good scrambling ability and with good blocking ability and good hip explosion, he could parry Dagestani fighters. For example, I think Jack Shore is that sentence for majority of fighters from Dagestan because Jack Shore has excellent defensive abilities, especially off the ground. I know it's very hard to finish somebody from Dagestan via the arch choke, etc., but you can always prevent their hands, prevent their legs from crushing your posture. Jack Shore also turtles a lot. When you turtle, it's almost impossible to crush your posture unless you make a mistake. So Ankalaev knows to strike too. Ankalaev is a different story. He's a good wrestler, but he knows to strike too. Ankalaev, according to me, is more dangerous than all of them altogether. The point is, I'm trying to tell that Jack Shore turtles a lot, and when you turtle, it's very, very hard to crush your posture. Samuelsberger versus Fletcher. Ooh, man, you're killing me with picking that side. I would rather go fight starts round 3. Samuelsberger, Fletcher. That's hard fight. Hold on. This line is wrong, man. Semmelsberger is hard to finish, but Fletcher is not a dummy. Why is Fletcher so underrated, man? This line is weird, man. Okay, Fletcher is not a dumb best fighter. This line is weird, man. Would you say your style is more wrestler or striker? Striker. I think Tagir is extremely overrated, agree. Semmelsberger should win. I'm worried because Semmelsberger is extremely hard to finish. Also, AJ Fletcher has good step backward and counter, and he has good counter of the lateral movements, which kind of worries me because Semmelsberger is fighting on the central line mostly. He is more of a classic style fighter. Semmelsberger. Tagir is extremely overrated. Absolutely. Tagir is extremely overrated. Caceres, Yusuf, Caceres. I think Caceres. I know Yusuf is a knockout artist, etc., but what's gonna happen when he guesses out? He must knock out his opponent early on. I had Yusuf, but Caceres can get the sub, absolutely. And what is going to happen if Yusuf guesses out? So I would say I like two outcomes. I like Yusuf inside the distance, and I like Caceres' decision. I'm only picking Tagir over Elliot because Elliot isn't at his best anymore. For that fight, over 2.5 gonna be great. Also, Elliot is a great scrambler, so if you want to risk win the underdog, okay. But fight going over 2.5 or going the distance is the least risk in that battle because Ulanbekov is extremely overrated, and that Nascimento bout was super close. So that's what I have to tell you. That Nascimento bout was extremely close, and it's not like majority people think like somebody comes from Dagestan, he's a top-notch level. Ulanbekov is extremely overrated, and he doesn't have that much power like the other guys. And that's a problem, you know. If Elliot is not at his best anymore, but his scrambling ability is good, and his scrambling ability has improved a lot. I thought he clearly lost. It was a very close fight, but I also thought that Nascimento won. When I've seen how the fight was developing, I said, okay, my pick was wrong for Ulanbekov. I picked Ulanbekov, but I was thinking my pick was going to be wrong because of great performance of Alan Nascimento. And I think Ulanbekov is not as strong as other fighters in that division. He is more technical, less stronger. So I think his lack of strength is a bit problem. I think his lack of strength is going to be a massive problem, especially in the upcoming fight, because he's fighting a technical guy with a fair level of strength. It's the clash of two technical guys, from what I've seen. Very much the clash of the two technical guys. And we're discussing technicality. That's, sometimes you can't be just technical. Sometimes power is important. But I'm going to tell you something. In this Sahila MMA, you got a guy. I'm going to tell you something. You got a guy who weighs impressive 90 kilos, which is 200 pounds. And you've got a guy who weighs 180 pounds. A guy of 180 pounds is destroying the other guy of 200, 210. He is destroying him on the ground. And I'll just ask, man, how are you doing this? What is the secret? And he says, well, I know positions. I understand positions. He doesn't understand positions and the way to wrestle. That's his problem. So when two fighters are very technical or technically close, then the strength is going to play a vital role. But when two fighters are not close and not technically close, then the strength is not going to play a vital role because you are going to get tired in round two. You can be the best cardio guy in the division, but your arms are going to burn if you only use your arms. You need to learn to relax. You need to use your whole body when you're wrestling. And there are many fighters in the UFC level who get tired because they don't do that. For example, Danilo Marques was only using his arms when he was on the back of Kennedy Zechukwu, which was a massive problem. He should just use like this, And rest, he should have rested more. In that position, you can rest if you know to do it. But he was holding him more with his arms and less with his legs, which led to a greater level of fatigue. And if you don't know to rest when you're controlling your opponent, you're going to gas out very quickly. And that actually is a big problem. You need to learn to relax. You need to learn to preserve your energy. And some fighters still haven't gone that far, but I hope they're going to go that far in the future. So thank you guys for following this. I'm going to go 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to go with the UFC breakdowns. I'm gonna set the stream in like 2 hours or 2. I'm going to announce one. And 2 p.m. we catch each other. We're gonna chat together. It's going to be a longer one. So have a great day. Thank you so much for following me. And always a pleasure to have loyal fans.